All right, we in this John. We in here. We live, baby. It's 8:30 Wednesday, May 31st. Let me go ahead and just show my camera. Boom. Ain't even see the notification that we live, baby. And I'm excited about this week's call because, man, this week we're going to be talking about how to create the perfect reel. And, we went over the tactics. Man, I got blurry as hell. Hold on, let me fix myself. We went over the tactics. I don't know why Zoom be tripping. Whenever I go on Zoom, there we go. Zoom be playing with with my screen being blurry. But we went over the tactics, y'all, of like how to create the perfect reel, like different things you want to include and incorporate in the reel to get that thing spicy. If you're joining us live on YouTube, just want to let you know I got a special treat. I wanted y'all to see it. So if y'all on live on YouTube right now, um, welcome. This is the content creators community. This will not be available after it's live. It will be available for replay for our members. So you can always join the creators community to be able to watch all the replays and the playbacks. And if you want to get on the Zoom as well, so you can kind of show your face, pop in, ask personal questions, you can do that as well. Um, but you missed that one, right? So if you want to go and watch that video for later, go to kaispeaks.com/join and you'll be able to get access to our full video library. So you'll be able to watch all those previous videos. I'm talking about even that spicy one where we went over the tactics. But today I want to go over I want to go like a demo. I want to show y'all how I edit from my phone because I do all this on my phone. Not all of it, right? And I don't edit the full podcast and stuff like that on the phone. But when I'm chopping up these reels, if I don't have my editors doing it, I can do something quick off the fly in maybe about 15, 20, 30 minutes max, right? In an hour, I can maybe bust out a good three, four, five reels that I could then schedule out. So I've been able to get pretty effective and efficient with editing on the phone, and that's why I wanted to hop on here because I've been getting a lot of people, including my homies, who see me putting out content consistently, and they stepping into this content creation vibe, and they were like, "Yo, how do I edit it? How do I do these transitions? How do you do this, that?" And I'm just like, "Yo, I can't help everybody at once. I can't be everywhere at once." So it just makes the most sense with people in the community, homies, family, friends, just asking me like, Kai, give us the sauce. So I'm gonna give y'all the sauce tonight. All right. I'm gonna give y'all the sauce. We're gonna go over the apps that I use, pretty much the the routine that I follow on like how I take a video from one app to the next. We're gonna go through all of that. And at this point, I'm just kind of giving some time for our members to tune in. We usually have these calls on Tuesdays, so I can't guarantee that we're gonna have everybody on this call because we throwing people's schedule off because we usually have these on Tuesdays at 8:30. It's Wednesday. I had a production that kind of went over that we are that we are taking on. But let's just move on into the conversation, right? Let's move on to the conversation. Those who join in, right? So let's start off with some wins from last week. Now we don't have any members on here just yet, so I'm gonna share my win. My win is we started our first taping of a new show, new production, new podcast called Betting on Me. It's a mental health podcast that will be airing on YouTube within the next month or so. Super excited about that. The vibes, the aesthetic, everything was dope. Everything was smooth, seamless. We got in, we got out. We mean business. So that was a huge win just from being able to communicate with the team virtually, organizing everything to bring in all of the equipment and bring in the experience for the client and being able to take care of it and bring their vision and their dream to a screen. That was a win that I like to celebrate because they even communicated to me like they were a little bit nervous. They didn't know what to expect. And they just didn't know how it was going to come out. But as I was setting up and we moving, we getting the cameras right, we getting the lighting right, I'm seeing the client's face just like, oh yeah, this is about to be a banger. So that's the win that I want to share with y'all. Last week, what did we go over last week? Shoot, we done had so many of these calls, y'all. Sometimes it gets a little crazy. It gets a little crazy. What did we talk about last week? I don't know um why it is not on my mind or why I can't think of it. But as soon as I pull it up, you think I'm over here talking and typing at the same time. So while I pull it up, let's go look at it. Boom. Last week's conversation. Last week's conversation live. Boom, boom. Oh yeah, the offers. So we went into offers, right? Creating offers. And what we when we say offers, guys, again, what we mean by that is like a product or a service that can be organically tied into your niche, what you talk about on a day-to-day basis, the type of content you already making, stuff like that. So that's what we mean by offer. So if you are a financial advisor and you have a podcast, an offer might look like a budgeting app or a budgeting tool that you sell and stuff like that. That's an offer. So we went over crafting like the perfect offer to go with your pitch, with your content, with your delivery, everything. So again, it feels less like you selling and it's just more like you just being yourself, helping people, giving value, right? Because that's what we are here for. So that was a recap from last week. So now I'm about to open up my phone and I'm gonna make sure I got everything kind of already mapped out because I don't want to. I'm about to open up my videos and photos, and I want to make sure that I ain't showing nothing I don't need to be showing. You feel me? Just got to make sure I'm keeping it copacetic. Um, yeah. I think we could pull up these clips we got from Wall Street Trapper coming through. So I'm gonna share my screen, and I'm gonna go iPhone. Share my iPhone. It always makes me install this damn plugin, but that's cool. That's cool because it don't take too long. We're going to install the plugin. Boom. So plugin installed. And here we go. Here we go, baby. Boom. So we in there. Like swimwear. So I got these videos right here with Trap from when we had him over in the podcast. And boom. So we got Trap. So let's say, for example, I want to take this one and I want to open it in CapCut. So I'm going to open this joint up in CapCut, import footage, boom. Now we in CapCut. So guys, CapCut is the app that I like to use. I used to use InShot, and then I discovered CapCut from being on TikTok. They deliver those nice templates for you. The templates come through clutch because they trendy. You know, you could kind of just plug and play, and then boom, you got you a nice little TikTok. So I downloaded CapCut. I'm like, yo, I like this even for editing. You know, even crazier stuff on here too. So I'm going to delete that. So the reason why I'm gonna take all my clips in CapCut first before I do anything else is because I want to do a couple things here, right? When I'm on CapCut, I'm checking for ways that I can make the clip short and sweet, right? I want to get straight to the point, y'all. I want to make sure that we are delivering value, entertainment, edutainment, whatever you want to call it, in the first 3 to 5 seconds. Really, even like I would say the first 2 seconds. I want to make sure I am delivering value. Got to deliver that value because if you're not delivering value, guys, you're going to get that swipe. People going to start swiping and stuff like that, and they're going to pass your video because nobody owes you views. You owe them value. You owe them a reason to give you that like, a reason to comment, a reason to share, a reason to watch over and over and over again, save it and everything like that. So you want to make sure that the video is short and sweet. Next, what you want to do is you want to make sure it is disruptive. What do I mean by disruptive? So let's say, for example, I'm gonna take this beginning. Let's say it's short enough, right? This is an 11-second clip, right? I'm gonna just take this And this is why I love CapCut. So I'm gonna go with click this. I'm gonna go with animation, and I could do one of these in and outs. These are kind of cool. Like the rock vertical, boom. Like it's a little quick. I could make it longer if I want to, like that. I could make it shorter. But I could play with it. This is something that's disruptive because when people scroll, and I'm gonna go to IG now. When people scroll and they see something like this, it's disruptive. It's not something that they normally see when they're scrolling, right? Like a lot of this, y'all, isn't going to make me stop scrolling unless it's like people that I know. Like I know some people, so I might stop. This is disruptive, right? You see a car upside down, automatically that interrupts your thought pattern, right? So you might stop to you might stop from scrolling there. But for the most part, this is how they get you in the time loop. Okay, there. They caught my attention before I finished. So now I'm going to go back and I'm going to finish watching. Like it's just little disruptive things. Like not everything. I see some smoke. That's disruptive. Okay, cool. Some bling. Okay, maybe. If I'm not interested, I might just keep scrolling. But you want to make it pop out. So when they scroll in, the first thing they see is that disruptive pattern. So I like to switch things up, and I'll do things like this. I'll do things like that. I'll do things like this. That one was a little bit more subtle. This one was pretty much the same as that other one. This one kind of like did that little zoom effect. And I mean, for the most part, guys, I be getting pretty good. This one did okay. These three did, pretty average. Um, but like when I started doing these, I definitely did notice an impact on the engagement, like people commenting more. But that's what I mean by again disruptive. That's what I mean by disruptive is interrupting people's thought patterns to make them stop to watch your video. Now, once you make them stop, again, we go back to that short and sweet. We got to get to the point. We got to get to the hook. So that's where we go with the leading with the hook. So in one of my videos, I led with my hook was I love French fries. Like, what does that have to do? Because you don't really know me for talking about food, right? I'm a content creator. So it's like you got to find ways if you're a podcaster when you are making your content, guys, I can't tell you enough how important it is for you to start with the juiciest part of the conversation. And some podcasters, when they're doing their clips, aren't even good enough to start at the right moments. You ever watch a clip and it's like they started in the middle of a conversation? I see it all the time, and I'm like, damn, this is a bad clip because you started in the middle of the conversation. You want to allow at least for the person to get their whole thought out. Now, not saying that if they doing run-on sentences and they got a lot of filler words that you shouldn't cut it. You should. That's a part of again going back to short and sweet. And again, that's why I kind of take it in the cap cut because I'll use it I'll use it to boom, like make little cuts. So I'll split it here. Let's say I'm gonna bring it back here because this is where the next point is made. I'll delete that little bit here. And I'm just gonna use this to just kind of make little cuts. So again, I can make sure I'm making my video as short as possible and I'm hitting them with the sweetest parts of the video as well. And then guys, let's say this area I'm gonna cut here. Let's say this area highlighted is the part where my guest or the craziest moment is or the craziest speech happened, like some very polarizing statement or action was done or made, right? I'm just going to copy this by hitting, I could hit copy, but I think it's a duplicate too. Hmm. All right, so boom, I'm just hit copy. I think that's going to end up duplicating it. Yeah, boom. So boom, I duplicated it and then I'm just going to move it to the front. Like that's what I'm gonna do, because I gotta again make sure that I'm capturing people's attention. So if somebody says some out of pocket, off the wall stuff in one of my clips, I gotta copy and I gotta put it at the very beginning. If somebody did something crazy, I gotta copy it, I gotta put it at the beginning, because that's a part of the, not only is it disruptive, but then you lead them with the hook, you lead them with the excitement so that you can get people to continue to watch. If you get people, guys, if you get people to watch your reels after about 5 to 6 seconds, you pretty much got them. They're going to continue to watch unless it's a total switcheroo and it's a total waste of their time. But if you could get them to stick around for 6 seconds, they will at least continue to and finish the video. They will at least watch and finish the video. So, guys, that's the trick. Let's go over some other things. I definitely want to encourage y'all to test out new ideas. Test out new ideas. I'm always testing out new ideas and new things and playing with sounds, adding music. Here's an example of some new ideas I might have tried. So I'll start. Here's the perfect example of how I led with the hook, and then I use sounds, and I'm kind of telling a story. So I'm gonna make sure that my sound is being shared. Share sound. All right. Damn. Now all of a sudden I can't. I hope y'all can hear it, because I sure can't hear it no more. All right. I sure hope y'all can hear it. And I wish I had somebody on here to give me a heads up. All right. Cool.
Last year, I invested over $100,000 in mentorship.
And I do feel like, mentorship and counsel from people who are
Oh yeah.
showing a level of success that you admire and that you want to, duplicate.
Oh yeah.
Is imperative that tap in with them. Even if it's just like a monthly subscription to their community, or a little ebook or a digital
Right.
product, or some way that you can be around them more than what they are giving everybody else the access
Right.
to, right?
Exactly.
Sidebar is YouTube University, though you can find everything on there,
It's
you
just
don't
not
have the blueprint to know when to look at certain videos. You might look at a video that you have no business looking at because it might be stage phase 3 when you in phase 1 still.
that
Yeah.
blueprint keeps it takes away hours and
Saves you so
years
much time.
of time you get
Yeah.
back. Right. But no, so man, I'll be honest with you, man. Last year I invested over $100,000 in mentorship.
Boom. So like that was the beginning and the end, right? It was the beginning and the end. I will say here, what, because this is not the full version. It's some parts.
And counsel from people who are
Oh yeah.
showing a level of success that you admire and that you want to, duplicate.
Oh yeah.
Is
Boom. So I would stop it right there, and I would cut that it's and get right to the point, right? So, and then even that part, I would cut this a little bit shorter.
be around them more than what they're giving everybody else the access
Right.
to, right?
Exactly.
Sidebar is YouTube University, though you can find everything on there,
It's
you
just
don't
not
have the blueprint to know when to look at certain videos. You might look at a video that you have no business looking at because it might be stage phase 3
Boom. So
when
like we'll cut it out. We'll cut it out, and then that again goes back into being short and sweet, guys. Like you want to cut out, and that's why I like CapCut, because it's pretty like precise. You can just kind of scroll through it, get the exact moment that you want, and just cut out any filler words, any dead space. Guys, like cut it all out. Cut as much of it out as possible, because it all, now that I'm looking at it, like this really shouldn't be a full minute. I'm thinking that this could be maybe 45 seconds for a 45-second clip. And then once you get your clip, I want to give y'all some sauce, because guys, this is incomplete. This video is incomplete because it's missing a very key ingredient, especially when it comes to like talking content. It'd be one thing if it was like a skit, or a demo, or you're watching somebody do something. It's not like that at all. This is two people talking, having conversation. So we gotta go ahead and take that thing into the Captions app. I love Captions. This is not a paid promo. I will say though, it does cost money, but it is worth it. It is worth it. They don't give me no money for even telling you that, but I say that it is worth it because of the range and the things that you can do and how creative you can get when it comes to adding these captions. And then you can even use AI. So let's walk through it, right? So I'm gonna select or I'm gonna create. I'm gonna import, and let's say I'm gonna import. I want to import a video of somebody talking. Let's import. Hmm. Do. Let's all right. Let's. I don't think that's the one I wanted to do.
Just feel the love, like you're being hugged by vibrations.
Yeah, that's not it. All right. I'll just take one of these, right? So it's not gonna be a long video, but I'll just take this one again with Wall Street Trapper. I'm gonna continue. This is what I like here. They propped up. Okay, AI emphasis. What this means is there's going to be certain words that AI will automatically emphasize, and it does a pretty good job of knowing which words to emphasize. Also, you can do the auto curse sensor. I do recommend if you have a lot of bad words, to use the curse sensor because it will get Instagram to open up your reach to a wider audience as well. So we're gonna turn on that, and we're gonna turn on that, and we're gonna proceed with English. And I mean, it doesn't really take a full 60 seconds. It does it pretty quick. This is a short video, so I'm sure that this one would be done in no time, and it looks like it will be. You got to add the text, y'all. This is why I love captions because the text on screen allow people to stay engaged with your video.
Like she can't handle me. So when I'm going to Delaware, I'm a
Even if their volume is on mute. So boom. So I'm gonna share the sound
man,
again.
see this is the same year. Yeah.
Boom.
So I go to
So what
Delaware.
we could do,
Civilization
what we
now,
could
like
do with
she can't
this
handle me.
is we can edit with
So when I'm
captions.
going to
We can change the
Delaware,
style.
I'm my uncle.
So I got different preset styles that I got in here. Let's say I'm gonna rock with this one. I'm gonna hit done, play,
Civilization now, like she
and now it's gonna be a different.
can't handle me. So when I'm going to Delaware, I'm my uncle,
Yep.
she was like, yo, I can't take him. He a lot.
So
You
if
know,
you
so
if you feel like
he a
AI
lot.
got it
That
wrong
nigga's a
too,
lot.
Like 16 at this time?
if you feel like AI got it wrong and you need to change the text, you can always go in here, hit that edit with captions, and you can just slide through these segments so you can figure out the spot, and you can just click in. You can hit edit. You can change the whole sentence. When done, you hit done, and it's going to realign it, right? Um, you got the emphasis. You can change the color. You can change the text color, the emphasis color, the background color, the active word color. Yep. So that's why I like it. That's why I like it, y'all, because again, it just gives you that clean, like just putting the captions on there so that we can watch this technically, and that was the auto emphasis right there, the mentorship. You see it, counsel. But we can watch this and I don't have to share the sound. We can watch this on mute, and that's what a lot of people are doing right now. So that's why you definitely want to take that into consideration. Another thing, branding. Being able to brand your video with some type of watermark. I will say, you know, watch the length. You don't want to put it all the way at the bottom. You want to maybe put it like right here. I would even say after this video, I would move it like right here, just so it's high enough that when you're watching it like this,
because it might be staged.
it's not blocked by the words. So again, I would move it probably like right here, so you guys can kind of see the how much this caption and this info area shows from the bottom to the top. So you could put that branding right there. But essentially, guys, the perfect reel, every single perfect reel has something in common, and that is it tells a story. And again, that goes back into when I said when people are sharing clips of incomplete thoughts, because they want to start where it's the most popular so they can catch people's attention, but they don't bring it back. The hack is you still start there, but you bring it back for the thought to be complete, and then people can kind of see, oh, I see what happened. Sometimes you might even notice that you got the people who do like those live reality TV like interviews on the street where they might be in Miami on Miami Strip asking random strangers, some crazy sexual experiences. They might share like a wild moment, like somebody saying something crazy or somebody feeling disrespected and maybe, slapping somebody upside the head and be like, oh, what happened? And then they go into the moment that led up to that. Guys, that's telling a story. You want to use your reels to tell a story, because if you can tell a story consistently every time, you will consistently every time get views. And those views will get shares, they will get comments, they will get likes. Like, I cannot make this up. This one got 159 shares, 1,400 likes, 46 comments. It's like 252 shares, 1,200 likes, 66 comments. And I'm not saying I'm a crazy influencer and I got everything figured out. I'm taking y'all along the journey with me because I am now considered a micro influencer. And I don't even like calling myself an influencer, but I have product services, I have a brand that I want to expose people to, just like you have a brand that you want to expose people to. And so it's things that I'm researching. It's things that I'm trying to figure out how to break into these markets, and I'm doing it by just trial and error, testing it out. I got tons of other I got clients that I'm working with, and it's my responsibility to learn these new learning curves for them, to figure these things out for them, to bring them new ideas. I got podcasts that I'm producing and managing. That is my job to make sure that they're using the best clips, that they're getting shares, that they're getting that traffic from Instagram, from Facebook, from TikTok to Snapchat, from YouTube over to their long form content, whether that's on YouTube or it's on, Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Like, this is my job. And so again, I'm not saying that I got everything figured out and I'm getting millions upon millions of views, because that's simply not the truth. But once upon a time, I started out not doing any of this. Like, we could scroll through my content, or let me go from here so you can kind of see like the views. Like, you can scroll for a minute. I've been doing this for a minute where I had, started seeing some breakthrough in my content. But like right here, you see it right here, 400, 200, 500, 3,000. I was struggling. I had one that did 14,000, one that did 5,000, but it's like I wasn't consistently hitting it. And I started doing things differently. Like, okay, yeah, I was using Instagram's feature when they were doing the captions. That wasn't necessarily doing nothing. This one I did, it was a collaboration with somebody who got over 500,000 followers. So that's why this one did what it did. And I wouldn't even say that one went crazy. So like my content wasn't really that good. I just put basic real estate underwriting guidelines, like no text on the screen outside of that. Okay, this one again is using it's no hook, it's bland, it's very vanilla. It's very vanilla, but as I'm starting to implement these practices that I'm giving to you guys, I'm starting to see 11K, 12K, 10K, 30, almost 40K, 25, 23. Like, I'm starting to see these more consistently because I'm just learning the game, and I am putting into practice the things that I'm saying that you guys should be putting into practice. So I don't want to talk y'all guys' heads off, but that's how you use CapCut. I would definitely start, you know, playing with some stuff. Just you can go shop for templates here. They got templates. You can start with the templates. You can start with the templates. Now I will say that these templates are trending on an app like TikTok. So you can't say if IG is your platform that you're targeting. I can't guarantee you that these templates are going to make a big difference. But you can start here just so you can get play with the app, and then always just start a new project and just play with stuff. Just play with stuff, y'all. Just add some videos together. Add some videos together. I got my boy Jimmy D in the building. We was doing some gun range content. Like just play with stuff. Just play with stuff. You got all these different, you got effects here that you can add. You got video effects. You got body effects, photo effects. Let's look at some of these body effects. Like, okay, you got three that are for the pro features. Cool. But you got a couple good ones in here. Like, this would be good. That just looks trippy. It looks trippy. All right, you got that one. Okay, I don't know really what's going on with here, but I mean, guys, it's free. You can use this to your advantage. You can play with it. You can try new things. You can, I'm gonna delete that. You can try new things. We got video edits here. You got strobe lights that you can add in here. Like, it's so many different things that you can be doing. There's so many different things that you could be doing in this app to get creative so that you can make some content. Also, because I want to talk about, before we go, I want to talk about adding sounds and music too. You can always add audio. So you got right here the audio tab. You can add sounds. You can add effects. You can also extract. So we're going to go over sounds. Their sounds, they come from TikTok. So this is a TikTok app. But I don't really mess with this because they don't even, I don't know, it don't even be accurate with the sounds that I see that are trending on TikTok. So I just go straight to the effects. This is like an effects library. You go to my saved, and I got like this bell ding, and then this deep whoosh. These are the two favorites that I like to go to. I just like to keep it consistent. Once I find one or two that I like, I just run with those, right? That doesn't take the advice of like what I said, test new ideas and try new things. Once you find something that you like and it sticks, because for me it's working, it's sticking. But if these two not working for you, then they're not working for you. Try something else. Search something. You know, you can go through like performance, laugh, fight, transitions. Um, we got a switch transition. Okay, got a little whoosh. Yeah, I don't like any of these. I don't the ping I like that, so I'm gonna add that to my favorite. But you can add these sounds. Next I want to go through like, oh man, I did not mean to do that. Next I want to go into the extracted. So you can extract, this is what I like. You can extract the audio from a sound as well. I mean, from a video as well. So let's say this is an audio file, and just to kind of go through the motions, I'm gonna go to the reels thing. Okay, let's say I like the sound. I'm gonna go to the sound. I'm gonna screen record it. Oh, I can't do it right here, so I can't do it. But I'm gonna screen record it. I'm gonna play it. Boom. It's going to screen record. It's going to save, and I'm gonna be able to pull it up right here. Let's say this is that video, and then I can just click that and import sound only. And so now the sound will be right here at the bottom of that audio that I just screen recorded. So you can even add for people who are editing, because I get this question a lot. People will be like, "Well, Kai, how can I how can I edit if I don't have the sound from the like?" Because that's why people say, "Oh, it's easier to edit in Instagram and it's easier to edit in TikTok because you could just add the sound straight from the sound library." But it's not easier to add on. It's not easier to edit on there. You can't do nearly the things that I was just showing y'all how to do on on this app, CapCut. So you can just little cheat code screen record it and then extract the audio from the screen recording or from another video that you might have seen and saved. Okay, so that's my lesson for y'all. I hope y'all take this into consideration, and I hope that y'all really move with this information. Again, y'all, ask questions, be engaged. We have these calls every Tuesday at 8:30, and the reason why I do them is because I want to see my fellow content creators being able to make money and monetizing their platforms. And that's exactly what we're doing, making money from doing what a lot of us are already doing for free right now, which is uploading and hitting that share button to post on our timelines and to post on our platforms on a consistent basis. You do this and you take some of these hacks and these tricks and these tips that I'm giving y'all, you can make some extra money. We just had one of our members, Callum, shout out to Callum of the Callum Johnson podcast, take heed into one of the monetization strategies that we use for our podcasters, ran the play, ran the offer, and was able to make a quick 2 to 3 thousand bucks just from marketing that play in 2 days, y'all. In 2 days, he was able to secure, I think, like 4 people at his offer to make a quick 2,500, 3,000 bucks. I mean, what would you do if you made 3,000 bucks in 3 days? I mean, it don't seem like a lot for people who've been doing this, but it's a lot for somebody who's been pushing that button every single day, not making a dime. It's a lot for that person that's working a 9 to 5 and made that same amount at the end of the month. Shoot, or even made that in a week or 2 weeks if you got a really good job. I mean, if you can do that consistently and make two to $3,000 in 2 days, now you just got to figure, okay, like how many more times can I do this? Like, can I do this? If it's going to take me 2 days to do this, how many people do I need to reach out to? How many do I need to close? And let me turn this 3,000 in 2 days into $25,000 in a month. And that's done through the content that we putting out. So if you're not putting out the content, guys, you never even see the opportunities here. And if you're not taking advantage of these tips that I'm giving you, you aren't able to properly see what's working, what's not working, sizing up your audience to see how they're, reciprocating the content, how they resonate with your content, how if they rocking with you or not, what they want you to change. You got to be open-minded. You just got to have the understanding. Like before today, if you didn't already know this, matter of fact, if you didn't already have this information, go ahead, like this video, and drop a comment so I know. If you did already know this information, let me know what I could have delivered better or something that you wanted me to expunge on a little bit longer or talk and go more further into details with. These calls are a lot better when we have people on here. So I definitely want to encourage y'all to don't just watch the live, don't just watch the replays. We can watch the replays, but that's again just like going on YouTube University and watching videos by ourselves. When we are together in the community and we together in the room, we bouncing ideas. Some of the best calls that we have, and you guys can go back and watch, and you'll attest that the best calls we have are the ones where we have a couple members on here. People are bouncing ideas, asking questions, and it's just a big mastermind. That's the whole point of this, having the mastermind. And speaking of mastermind, in June, we are looking at having a content creators mastermind / meetup / hike in Georgia. So if you're in Georgia and you're in the community, definitely tap in with us in the Discord. Let us know if you're going to be interested. I'm going to be setting that up very soon. It's going to be on a weekend. We're just going to have a content creators meetup, going hiking, and just mastermind the game plan and going over strategies, trading secrets, just making sure that everybody is having the success that they desire. Because if we can't learn and grow together, it's so lonely at the top is what they say, and it doesn't have to be. It does not have to be lonely at the top. And I know when I go to the top, I'm bringing a whole airplane. I'm bringing a mega bus with me because I want to bring anybody I can. Anybody who decides to get on the bus that they stop, you're welcome to the top. All right. So with that being said, guys, just remember to keep focused, build